What's up, everybody? It's Newton here at Tidewater. I got Demetri from GTL, flew all the way down from Chicago.
Yeah, my arms are tired, man.
But really excited to have Demetri from GTL here, one of our amazing carrier partnerships here. And we wanted to just highlight some things about this industry and some products that GTL's got going on.
We got a lot of those, don't we?
You got a lot, but they're all really awesome.
We try.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's jump into it. So I'll tell you, I recently just got back from visiting with one of our Medicare supplement producers. She had a great AEP.
Great.
She had a lot of PDP changes, which is a lot of work.
That's what I hear.
A lot of work. And we talked a lot about the short-term home health care and how that could be a really unique niche product for her with her med sub clients. And she asked me how, and I'm going to let Demetri fill y'all in on this, but we talked about the prescription drug reimbursement that's embedded in the plan. So tell us about that.
I mean, that's part of it. That's part of the equation for sure. I mean, when it comes to the short-term home healthcare product, really the product in itself is not about this individual. It's just because of med sub producer. The product is a people product. As I was telling Mike earlier, I'm kind of formulating some theories here, and one of my theories is that insurance products can be considered product-driven sales or people-driven sales. And short-term home healthcare, along with some other products that we offer at GTL, are definitely people-driven type products. And the reason why I say that is because it doesn't matter. As long as they qualify based on age and health questions, it should be presented to every single person. Mm-hmm. So yes, your agent in Nevada that's a med sub producer, yeah, short-term home healthcare makes a ton of sense because she does a lot of PDPs. And then we're going back to why you like the short-term home healthcare for the RX benefits. The RX benefits are really cool. I'll tell you what those are real quick. We have 3 plan options in our home healthcare product, A, B, and C. If someone chooses plan A, they get $300 a year. Plan B, $600 a year. Plan C, $900 a year. And that's $10 for each script that's filled that's generic, and $25 for each script that's filled that's brand name, to equal a total of $300, $600, or $900. But that's just one piece of the equation, again. So
yeah, no, it's like you said, it's one piece of that equation. I like how you say it's a people product because that makes sense, and it's probably a good segue to kind of hit on the cancer plans. I mean it's undersold.
Oh, terribly undersold.
It's kind of sad how undersold it is.
Yeah, it's and Mike knows my story. I've been diagnosed with cancer numerous times, unfortunately. But
appreciate you sharing that with the audience. So I mean, that's a personal thing.
Yeah, it is personal for sure. But I think my first major one was back in 19. Malignant melanoma. That was a fun story to deal with at that time. And then last year, about a year ago this time, had another cancer diagnosis that had surgery and so forth. Funny thing is, I'm the guy here that talks about cancer, has been talking about cancer for years, and I was always thinking I was too young to get cancer insurance, to be honest with you. And so after the first time, I go, great, I'm gonna be able to have time, go get it. Next thing you know, I get diagnosed with cancer, and I kind of lost my window of opportunity. So it's a people product also. It doesn't matter how old you are. Issue ages are from 18 to 90. You can get up to, you don't have to get $50,000 of coverage. You know what? $20,000 of coverage does people a world of good.
Yeah.
With GTL wise, we have a great 2 products that you can offer. You can talk about straight cancer, heart attack, stroke type of program, or you can talk about a precision care product. I know Mike loves the precision care because that's the only kind of product of its kind. It's got a lump sum benefit. You get diagnosed with cancer, you file a claim, and then you can also have what we call our TGen benefit, which is our precision medicine, which we will then forward the information of the oncologist for your clients to TGen, which TGen is a not-for-profit organization out of Arizona. And what they do is they do genomic sequencing like nobody's business. They are phenomenal. They got the most advanced genomic sequencing test where they do 19,000 genes when they sequence. The client will then get access to their doctors to be able to talk with the oncologist that they're working with. Why is that important? You know what, doctors, they're very smart. They're very good, obviously, what they do, but they can't all read genomic sequencing tests.
Right.
It's specialized. It's the specialties, right?
Yeah.
So now what they can do, what the doctors can do though, is that the TGen doctors will have a conversation with the oncologist, and then they'll say, okay, this is what we've seen from this particular type of sequencing that we performed. This type of treatment works best with that, and that's just the whole premise behind the product when it's all said and done is to be able to say, I want to beat cancer the first time around.
Yeah.
I don't want to be hunting, pecking around on various treatments.
Yeah, and I mean, you hear it. I mean, we've all been impacted by it. I've got family members that have gone through it, and unfortunately, a lot of these treatments are experimental.
Yeah. And
that's why I love that TGen, because it matches to what your genetics tell you.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's.
So here's a funny thing. Not that this is funny, but because I hope this never happens to Mike, but I'm gonna use him as an example. If Mike and I had the same type of cancer, and we both got sequenced, that same name of cancer that we would have had, mine may be different genetically than Mike's, so his treatment might be different than my treatment. That's all we're talking about with genetics here. How you're going to get the end result of beating the cancer.
And you're the only carrier that has that embedded benefit. It's not a rider.
Nope.
It is in the policy.
It's in the policy, and it's great.
That's why I bought one for myself and my entire family.
And
peace of mind.
Peace of mind is huge, and like I said, you don't have to have $50,000 benefits, guys. You know what? $15 a month is the minimum premium on precision care. You know what? I would encourage you just to go buy yourself your own, to have for yourself a $15 a month plan. If it's $2,500 of lump sum, great. Yeah. You'll still get the TGen benefits. $5,000, that's fine. You'll still get TGen benefit. That's really what we're really paying for there.
Yeah, and folks, so we love a lot of things about Demetri and GTL, but as he was here in Raleigh, Demetri's working on a PowerPoint that really explains, why GTL. Not just the history of the company, but the products and, how to explain it to somebody you're sitting across the table from. And Demetri showed me a graph that he created, and it talked about the average savings that Americans have broken out by age bracket. And when he showed it to me, I was shocked. I mean, you're looking at people that are 55 to 75 that have on average, less than $10,000. I mean, if you get cancer, what do? And Demetri said, well, think about seniors. What's one thing that they absolutely do not want? They do not want to be dependent on people. And you just look at those numbers. The numbers don't lie.
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
What Mike's talking about is there's the graph will show like from 65 to 75, $8,000 is median average of a balance for a savings account. And aside from cancer, what about an MA plan if somebody had to get hospitalized and use the max amount of pocket? That's $5,000, $6,000. That wipes that out. Or maybe someone's got to go to facility care. Maybe get home health care because Medicare, in general, has limited benefits for home health care.
Yep.
In general, Med Sup wise and even MA wise.
Yeah.
I actually had to double check with Ronnie to make sure I got that right.
Yeah.
But he confirmed it. So, so having the products like a hospital indemnity plan, having a cancer plan, having short-term home health care, that $8,000, who knows what they want that for?
Yeah.
They may want that for, something for their grandkids.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe they want it for taking care of their final expenses.
Yeah.
Whatever that number, whatever it is, but $8,000, I'd rather take what the whole purpose of what we do as a business, as an industry anyways, is take pennies on the dollar for premium, which is what we're asking the folks to pay to get access to a significant amount of benefit. The average hospital indemnity plans, $40 a month. Okay. You know, if you had somebody paying $40 a month and they were able to get $5, $10, $15, $20,000 out of that plan, that's it's a huge benefit for folks.
Yeah.
You know, it's or when you look in the cancer plan, you've got folks that are going to pay, let's say $40 a month for, you know, that's going to take them, if they were to save $40 a month to get a benefit, it would probably cost them, take them about 25 years to save that $40 a month to equal X amount of benefit. So work the numbers out, do the quotes. I really encourage you to do that. Or when you look at short-term home healthcare wise, the part of the home healthcare plan we didn't talk about yet was that at plans A, B, and C has skilled care components and nurses aid components in there.
Huge.
So you're talking about 360-day benefit periods, $150 a day. That's $54,000 that someone can get out of a plan A. So if you're thinking that the person's paying about $365 at age 65,
Yeah.
how could you not want to do this, right?
Right.
$365 to get access to 54 grand?
Yeah.
I'll take that all day long.
Well, you know, and it's so I just turned 40, and my parents and my in-laws are getting older. And like, for example, my mother-in-law has had a hip and a knee replacement in the past 12 months. And, you know, she's 82 years old. So a lot of that care, it falls on my wife and I and my father-in-law. And we're happy to do it because we're family, but sometimes we need a break. And that short-term home health care can help you take a break and have somebody come assist with those things. Because, you know, fortunately we have family here, but you know, Ronnie tells the stories of folks that don't have family nearby. Like, who's taking care of those people? And like you said, for pennies on the dollar, you know, every day just get some coverage. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean, even coming back to the cancer stuff, get a $10,000 policy. What are the figures these days? Is it 1 out of every 2 or every 3?
Yep.
I mean, it's gonna happen. Everybody knows somebody, you know, and I think that's what baffles me is in this industry is why are we not selling more cancer plans? Is it because we forget? Is it because we're just moving so fast? Like, what is it? If we got to identify that and expose it, you know?
Probably my off the cuff thought would be maybe always have a question that you always ask your clients when you get done at the end of an appointment. You know, just kind of like off the cuff ask them, oh, by the way, who do you have your cancer plan with?
Yeah.
Maybe a simple question like that, just to kind of get the conversation started,
Right.
is all it takes. Maybe it's not about selling it at that moment, but maybe it's just saying, hey, you know what? You know, you don't have a cancer plan. You know what? When we come back and finalize this plan, let me show you some ideas of what I think could happen from that perspective.
That's great.
You know, for something that you mentioned that I thought I want to come back to that from a short-term care perspective. The short-term home health care product also has a benefit with T-Care. Now, T-Care, you were talking about who's going to take care of the loved one, right?
Yep.
It's family members.
Yeah.
So what T-Care does, it's built into the base plan again. It helps take care of the caregiver. So a lot of times when it comes to folks, you know, that are getting help, it's family members that are working, juggling their family.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You know it. You live in it. And you know, you got all that going on. Well, who's there to help that person out? You know, that's a big burnout a lot of times.
Oh yeah, big time.
So what the T-Care benefit will do is they'll provide a service through T-Care. They can go through an assessment, and then the assessment will be able to provide some kind of resources in your local area to say, hey, look, you know what? We identify here's some concerns for you. So we want you to be healthy.
Yeah. You
know, go reach out to these areas and they can help you out. And then also as part of having T-Care, the caregiver, not that you're doing it for the money, but they'll provide a $3,500 lump sum payment to the caregiver so that this way it can help us offset some of those little expenses that the person might not necessarily need to have to cover.
Right. Yeah, makes sense if you had to leave early for work.
Yeah.
Or I mean, things happen.
A lot of things happen.
They happen. And for those of you that have parents or grandparents or in-laws that are aging, you know, the time frames of recovery are not short.
No.
I mean, they're extended. And they're intense. They're intense.
Yeah, the older we get, the longer it takes to recover, for sure.
That's exactly right. That's
No
exactly
doubt.
right. Well, man, that's good stuff, Demetri. I really appreciate your insight on everything. And folks, I got to tell you, if you take away anything from today, I would definitely request to getting the graph on the average savings that the Americans have, because for me, when Demetri showed me that hit home, and I was like, wow, they are one incident away, cancer, hospital, short term, like they're one thing away from just being crushed financially. So great thing to
It
request.
doesn't even have to be even health wise. It could be just anything life wise.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they need a new roof on their house,
Right.
or whatever.
Right.
Pipe
Yeah,
broke.
exactly.
Who knows?
Who knows? You never know.
So
But
it doesn't always have to be gloom and gloom, guys.
right, exactly. Yeah. But man, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate everything you do.
I
And
appreciate the partnership.
This is
Known
fun.
you a long time, man.
Too long.